The next report we're going to look at is the component accuracy. What's nice is they give you a little description of each one before you click on it. So here you can look at your whole grade level class. It's a bigger overview of the different assessments that you gave. So I can look at, here's my organization, the school, set the standard, so grade 6 ELA. What was the competency check that we looked at? So what standard? And then what class am I looking at? So I can look at it per class. What's nice here is it has the component blueprint, so it shows you the approximate percentage of questions and then the percentage of DOK levels. So no DOK 1s, mostly DOK 2 and 3 for this competency. You can click on the most recent attempt that the kids took, so whether it's 1, 2, or 3, or you can look back on 1, 2, or 3 attempts. So it'll tell you here your students assessed 25, 17 of them earned competency, that's your 68%. And then you've got the bar down here, so substandard 1, C1, the average score is 80%. And you can hover over this and you can see the numbers, but you can also see the actual number of students that passed as well too. What's really great is, let's say I've got these 2 kids in red, who are they? If I click on that 2, it pulls up and tells me exactly who they are. And it tells me how many attempts they've got. And I can review their actual test and I can look and see what they got wrong, what they got right. So this is a really nice feature. You can go back and see that, and then you can actually, just like we assigned those competency tests in the previous video, you can assign it to specific kids. So if you've got 21 of your students, right, if I exit this, 21 of my students, they're nailing it, they're doing great. So I got a lot of hundreds in here, I got some 75s, 3 out of 4. I feel pretty confident they got it. I don't need to assign them that, but maybe during my RTI time, I can assign these 2 students, or maybe even these 4 students, because I got 2 more over here. They got 2 out of 4. So I can assign them a competency test during my RTI time after we've done some more practice with them to see where they're at with it, so I can check them and give them that second attempt. So again, here's this C2 substandard. You can see a little bit lower, so a few more kids struggled with this one. So again, I can click on that. I can review the questions, see who the students are that got it wrong. So really great feature on this report. The diagnostics, you can see there's not competent, non-competent, or competency. So it tells you exactly, gives you more details. Kind of the same thing, is a little bit more in depth, a little bit more broken out. It also tells you what time they took, what date they took that test, how many attempts they've got. So I can see a little bit quicker for the whole class as opposed to digging in with that other chart. But this works really well. Just giving you an overview of those different reports. The one thing I don't see on here is how to print these reports. So we'll find out how you can do that. I'm sure there's a way, but because it's interactive, it's probably a little bit more difficult to find print ones. So if I click on that individual student, and I can see a little bit more detail into that standard that we are looking at, and then how they performed. So the plus means they got it, the minus means not quite. So you can see they got 1 out of these 4 questions, so 1 out of 4, 2 out of 4, so they got these 2 plus and 2 minus there on those different standards, the different DOK levels. What's nice here is that it can also show you the practice checks that they've done. So they did it really well here, but had struggled a little bit in some of these other ones. So you can kind of see the progression of how they're doing in those different ones. And this is the names they gave them: 6.1 pre-teach, practice check, kickoff, all that. So all the tests that you've given, you can see for that individual student, which is really super helpful.